All right, we're live. A little bit early, but we are live for the live chat Asian MMA with the baby cat. If you see his name on the bottom, Baby Cat Attack, you can go check him out. Peep his Instagram and his Twitter and his Facebook and all that stuff. This guy, he's been around the game in Asia for a long time. Probably one of the longest guys around the region. Been involved in so much shit out here that I couldn't even remember how much shit. But he
A
was in
lot of
Hong
shit.
Kong. He was in Thailand. Now he's in Singapore. Before he was in Malaysia, right? You was in Malaysia, Matt?
Yeah, I was probably in Malaysia the longest. So it was like I was in Malaysia for 5 years, Hong Kong 2 years. I was in Phuket for like 6 months, and then I've been in Singapore for a little over a year.
Yeah, man. So you're like a guy that's been around and tasted all the tastes of the regions and stuff. And you've been through
Oh,
some shit.
oh no! Explored the flavors
Yeah,
of you know.
exactly. You've been through the flavors, so you've been through the Baskin Robbins of all the nations. So
Yeah.
now let's the first thing I want to hop into is like with the Dana White, and they're like, oh, they're gonna do fights. Where are they gonna do them? And they're like, oh, they should do them on an island, or they should do it on an Indian reservation. And they're like, they should do it on a cruise. But little do people know, a cruise has already been done, and you were the main event of the cruise. So let's go into all that shit. Like, when did that? What was that? How many years ago was that?
I was in 2015. It was actually almost 5 years. In like 2 weeks, it would have been 5 years exactly,
All
like
right.
to the date. I think the fights were May 1st, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, May 1st, I'm pretty sure. The so we have this promotion in Malaysia called Mima, which was a huge amateur promotion, and it was done by Toon Talk. And for Toon Talk's, I want to say 10th anniversary, maybe it was 5th, could have been, it's 10th or 5th, it's one of those numbers. For the anniversary, Jason Lowe, who was the CEO at the time, who was a big advocate of MMA, one of like the main guys MMA really flourished in Malaysia. What he wanted to do was he wanted to do something extravagant. So he's sitting there like thinking. He wanted to do fights on a cruise ship. So what ended up happening was they got a couple of the guys around the region, a couple guys who fight in the UFC now, like Kai Kara France. He was on the card as well. He was there on the cruise ship. I think we had 8 fights. There were 8 fights. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people from Tiger were there. So basically, what happened was we weighed in Penang, which is, if people don't know where Penang is, it's in the northwest of Malaysia, and our ship sailed from there. And from there, we went to Phuket. We docked. We fought the next day, like you would on any event, and then we sailed to Krabi, docked, got off, chilled in Krabi for the day, got back on the ship, and sailed back to Penang. So that's pretty much how it went. It's a bit interesting because like the first thing everyone did like when we got on the boat was like, oh man, you don't like go in and do medical checks and all this. We went straight for the basketball hoop. So it was like 20 MMA fighters trying to play basketball. And it was the worst basketball game you would ever see in your life. No one knows how to dribble, fucking shoot, or anything. And like Oliver Cost was the worst. He came out with the New York Knicks jersey on. He was ready to go. Because we had NEMA events leading up, and we were talking a lot of shit. We're like, man, we're gonna whoop your ass in basketball, bro. You fucking suck. And like everyone came to play. It was super fun. It was a real good time. So then after that, um, basically the medical check was very like they did a good job with it. It was just very like in and out. It was very in and out. And then we had the weigh-ins, which were basically facing the they were basically facing the fucking excuse me, the pool, like the big pool on the top deck is where we did the weigh-ins. And there are a couple weigh-ins that were done, and people were in the pool like during the weigh-ins and like, what the fuck's going on? So no one knew what was going on the cruise ship, which was interesting. Like
Well, so there was
half the
people
cruise
on the cruise ship that was not involved in the fights?
Yes, yes. So they booked out like half the cruise ship, but half the other cruise ship, and this cruise line is really used to like it's for basically old Asian people who want to gamble, like the Starship Libra. And it was a cool cruise ship and stuff, but it it had like a big casino inside, so a lot of older people were there, and they're like, "What's going on?" You know, all these old people, and then all these fucking MMA fighters and Toon Talk like branded everywhere. John Nutt was the MC, and then Peter Davis and James Goiter did the commentary, I believe.
Mhm.
They were fucking wasted like halfway through, so they went with this pirate theme because it was called MMA ARG. You know, that was the name of the fucking event. So like it was pirates versus MMA fighters, and like that's how they themed it. And there was free flow beer for everyone, and the judges didn't drink, but like the people on like set and stuff. I think John Nutt needs to drink to get into character. I think it's like part of his thing to get wasted before he does anything. And then like Peter Davis and them, they were just. If you ever hear the commentary for the fights, it's kind of unlistenable. Like it's unbearable. It's that bad. It's so bad. Like, oh, round one. Oh, it's horrible. But it was a really fun time for everyone that was involved. And to be part of it was really fun. I won that fight by heel hook in the first round, by the way.
Now, I'm pretty sure when you guys got on the boat in Penang and you guys sailed to Phuket, there was probably not many shenanigans happening because people were getting ready to fight. You know, everybody's in basically it's basically fight week for that cruise for that part, right? The next day. But I'm pretty sure after the fights, right? Or during the fights, was there anything crazy that happened like during the fights outside of the cage? Because you guys are fighting on the top deck next to the pool with a bunch
Okay,
of
so
old
like
people coming in and out, right?
well, it was like soldered off. So like there's the pool, and then off the pool deck is the cage, and then there's a deck on top of that. That's where like the locker room was basically. So you had one side of the super top deck was a blue corner, and the other side was the red corner, and um there were just like a lot of funny stories. Like my friend Prabhu, he spent like $180 on a costume because they had this huge costume like party, competition. And he's probably this Indian guy, and he's Mima 2 champ, Mima 1, Mima 2 champ. Good amateur fighter. He's fat and married now, but he was a good amateur fighter, and he spent a lot of money on a Jack Sparrow costume, and he lost to a girl who just basically wore like a thong and like some pirate top, and he was so pissed off. It was they did this fucking it was big. Like all the people who were at Tiger got on the ship, you know, because it docked in Phuket. So like George and like all those guys were fucking there. And it was good, man. Like the event was just super solid. The lead up to the event was a bit shaky for me personally, but like the event was really it was exciting. Like people were there not knowing what the fuck was going on, but still watching. And anyone who came into the event got free beer. Anyone. So like the people were like, yeah, fuck yeah, beer and fights, let's fucking go, you know. Dylan Fussell also fought on the card. So like there was some good names. It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's interesting to go back and you could probably watch the fights on YouTube. I believe they do have all the fights there. You can
My
watch
fight's
them.
not there. Fine. But I'll have to talk to them about like getting it back up. But yeah, some of the fights are on YouTube. You can watch some of them. Just mute it like when you watch it because it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, man. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so basically after the fight, they had a karaoke room that got rented out by one of the CEO executives, and everyone just got fucking blasted. Like everyone got wasted. Is like 40 fucking people in there just after the fight till like 5 in the morning, just blasted. The guy I fought, he was feeding me fireball shots the entire night. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. Like a lot of liquor, a lot of fun. It was a good time.
So you guys you guys had the fight. You guys partied all night. So people in Phuket on Phuket Island, they went on the boat and they were partying with you guys all night long.
Okay, so it could have went this way. Most of the people who were in Phuket had to leave at 11 o'clock. Like they had to get off the boat at 11 because we had to sail the next day. So they had to do all these checks. But like some people, because we went to Krabi, you could get off at Krabi as well if like there were extra spare rooms. So I know some people that were living in Phuket just got off at Krabi and then like went back to Phuket like through Krabi or waited or whatever it was. But that was like the one bad thing is that the people who came on board couldn't stay on board, which was pretty shitty.
Yeah,
And they
that is
fucking had
shitty.
to leave right before the main event too. So like right before my fight happened, they're like, "Oh, if you're not staying on the ship, you have to get off." That was like the fucking announcement before the main event. I was just like, man, what the fuck? Just fucking wait for the fucking people to go out, man. Jesus.
Were you able to gamble on the fights since there was a casino on the ship?
No, no, no. There weren't any odds on the fights. Well, I'll tell you a funny story. So like Oliver was before he was one FC guy, he was Mima ref.
Hmm.
And my opponent at the time was undefeated in one FC. And Oliver is always I always get Oliver to as my preferred ref to ref the fights because just from a professional standpoint, I think he does a pretty decent job. He does a good job. Like he's not very biased or a lot of his stoppages are okay. I mean, everyone's got a fluke here and there, you know, but he fucking went online and obviously my guy is a Malaysian MMA guy, so he knows like and we all knew each other, you know. And he's just like talking shit, like, "Oh, I'm gonna put my money on Matt. Like, he's this is an easy win, you know." And we get into like the fucking board meeting, and like Oliver, you can't say that if you're refereeing the fight. Like you can't, you can't say this, you know. Like if he ends up winning, it looks bad on you. And he's like, "Oh, I'm just joking." And then you go back and read the comments, and it was fucking horrible, you know. Like, so they fucking took him out of reffing the fight, so he didn't get to ref the fights, you know. So then I had Dana, who was also a Mima ref, who refs in FMD sometimes as well, and Dana ended up refing my fight. But yeah, man, there was just like a lot of funny things involved with that entire situation.
Yeah, the refs were wearing costumes too. That shit was
Yeah, they were
funny.
wearing pirate costumes, bro, and the ring girls were like. The ring girls were like Toon Talk like employees dressed up as like pirate witches. They're not like real ring girls, you know. They're like people who work for the telephone company. They're like, "Hey," Jason's like, you want a job? You want to go on a cruise ship? You just gotta wear this outfit and walk around the fucking thing." Oh my god, it was so funny. Oh man.
Why didn't they do another one of those? I'm kind of surprised that they didn't continue doing that because I figured that would be something you can do in Phuket. You know what I mean? Just dock it and
You know
just
how
do it
much it
on
cost?
the boat.
I know how
Oh, it
much it
cost.
cost.
Oh, it cost a lot.
It wasn't fucking cheap. I'll tell you that. It wasn't cheap.
Oh shit.
You,
Well,
I'll tell you this. In
yeah.
ringgit, it was 7 figures.
Fuck, for real?
Bro, you're
That's
talking
a
about,
big investment.
yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to look at it this way. Like, you rent out 100 rooms on a cruise ship. You got to book the dock. It's basically like, okay, how much is a cruise ship ticket? Let's say in ringgit, it's probably like 1,000 ringgit.
Hmm.
So you got to pay for that. Then you got to pay for the production team. The big fucking LCD. We had a fucking huge LCD screen fucking set on top of this fucking ship. There was like the cage and then a fucking massive screen set on top of the ship. And fucking Jack Starr, who was like the kind of like my manager at the time, who was also like the event coordinator for the event, was fucking he had to set all this shit up in like one day. Oh man. There's just bro, it was a lot of funny things. Cause man, you don't stay in your room until the fight. Fuck, we're walking around the fucking ship, you know? We're walking around, getting on the cruise, going in the pool, you know? It's fucking 2 p.m. and we're fucking chilling, you know? and fucking Jack Star and the fucking team is freaking the fuck out, like, oh, we can't get the cage up, da da da. We're like, ooh, y'all in trouble, you know? Like it was just a lot of fun.
Was there doctors there? Like, what was the medical staff
Fun.
like on the boat?
Yeah, there was staff, but they didn't really fucking do anything.
Mhm.
It's cruise ship staff, bro. This is like kids who are like using it as like internship for college and stuff.
So they're like they might be flipping out if you go in there all fucked up and shit.
Yeah, we didn't really give a fuck. Like we didn't get drunk before the fight or anything, but like, um, I had like McDonald's upstairs in the locker room eating it and shit. Like people were drinking, coming upstairs. Like there was no security. There was it. It was a good time. It was super fun. Now, like if the UFC were to do it, obviously they would probably do like a way like more professional job. But the fact that it wasn't professional the way it was,
Mhm.
I think made it really fun.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
dope. It was dope. It's
Definitely.
definitely fucking. It's you can definitely do something like that. I think like the logistics behind it that would be issues is like getting a good like satellite line if you're out in the
Mhm.
middle of the fucking ocean, which is why when we fought it was docked. You know, it's not like the fucking ship was moving. We were in
Mhm.
fucking port. So I feel like that would be your best bet. And then like if you were at port doing a fight, you might as well just get a nearby island rather than put it on a fucking ship. You know.
Yeah, on social media, I've been I saw something, but actually someone sent me this like link, right? And they're like, "Hey, put it on Google Chrome and have it translated." And so I put it on Google Chrome, the link, and have it translated. And it was a thing about Silas Maynard. You know Silas Maynard?
Okay, so I asked Will Chope about it, and like I actually didn't. I've heard about him, but like I didn't know who he was. I didn't really go to China, bro. Like
Mhm.
that's like the Badlands, you know. Like you go to China to fight. You don't go to China for like fun, you know. Like,
Mhm.
and it's not like
Definitely.
shitting on. It's not like shitting on the Chinese, but you gotta remember at that time there were no big shows in Thailand. Like maybe production wise, it looked big or anything, but you weren't making bank to fight in China. So apparently, what I heard was this guy would get the foreigners fights, but he would take like 50% of their purse and
Mhm.
shit. Like,
Yeah, I heard the
I mean,
same shit.
yeah, I mean, fuck, man, 50% is a lot,
Mhm.
bro.
And they were paying foreigners good money back then too, or even recently.
I mean, I don't know what would be considered good money, but like 3, 4K to show is not bad. And if
Yeah,
you're
that's what
like
I'm
fucking,
saying.
you're fucking giving half of it away, like off the
Mhm.
bat.
But then I heard that he wasn't even telling the fighters that he was
Okay,
taking
see,
that
like
much.
I heard, yeah, like I heard that like they found out like afterwards that he was
Yeah.
like actually like jibbing them. But like I said, I really try to only think about like talk about things I know experience
Mhm.
from. Like I don't want to like bash the guy because I don't know him. But
Yeah,
when
but
a
that's not
flurry,
even what that article was about though, or not even
yeah, I
article,
heard.
that link.
I didn't. I heard it was like he just like had a bunch of women like linked up on like sex tapes and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah, like, just
Just
like
some wild shit.
but it's not the first time that you've seen that from, like, a foreigner that goes into, like, China or even around Asia, like, dudes
Yeah,
just
but when
filming
you're
shit,
involved
like,
in
getting
like
with girls.
when you're involved in mixed martial arts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like you're helping a lot of foreigners and stuff. Like he beat Sebastian Kadestam in a fight apparently.
Mhm.
Who
Oh,
was the ONE
really?
FC champ? He beat him. Like, oh, that's what it says on Share Dog,
That's funny.
right? Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I didn't have like time to like go back and like verify this if this was like true or not. But like, this guy is 1-1, and one of his wins is against Sebastian. You're like, this is
No,
Sebastian's first loss,
I can't believe that. I
bro.
can't
I
believe that.
swear to God,
I'm just saying, like, even if it's there, I can't believe that. Like, I don't
it's got to
believe
be
that this
online
dude.
somewhere.
Yeah, it's gotta be what a lot of hey, I've done some work for Tapology, and I've had dudes send me emails saying like, "Oh, you guys need to fix this on my record because this is wrong," but they're lying. So there's a lot of stuff that might be,
No, 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 no.
on.
Like, no, 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 no. There's a picture. His topology picture is him getting his hand raised, and Sebastian is right next to him.
Nah.
Yeah, I swear to God, that's his topology picture, bro.
Oh, then hey, you can't. Hey, Photoshop. I don't know, man.
Oh, Photoshop.
Yeah,
Damn.
but the thing is, like, with that guy, like, people should start digging about him because he like that. I believe he's never gonna be in China again, man. That shit was like on the Chinese internet. You know what I mean? That's like Chinese,
He
like,
overstayed
blogs
for
and
like
shit.
10 years or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like he's not there anymore, from what I heard. But that's
This is
just
the
some
thing.
wild
It's like
stories right
I don't
there.
like
Because
the
there's
like when
records.
for sure. But when it comes to people like that, I don't like to give them like attention more
Yeah.
attention than they even like deserve or need.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to have Will on here later on to let him just break it down and shit, because Will don't give a fuck. Willow's out there doing his thing, man, like, just by himself and shit, so we'll see I'll hit up Will and see what's up with him. Let's see, we got a
Yeah, no,
question
I,
for you.
I asked Will. I was like, "Why the fuck is this guy's like fucking? What is this thing?" And Will's the one who fucking like basically popped out and told me. He's just like, "Yo, this fucking guy did this and this and this," and I was like, "Oh, okay, okay." This was like 2 days ago because like I know Will fought in China a lot, so I knew like if there was someone to break it down, it would be him. So I asked him directly first.
Yeah,
Um,
a couple guys that went to China that I know, they all probably know who he is, and I've never heard anything like good. And I've texted back and forth with him before, like asking him about Kowloon and shit like that. And yeah, it's just it's a trip, man. Like, this dude, he's just I don't know, man. Like you said, it's just we don't know the whole story right now, but never nothing good about him. Let's see what someone said. Real snitch mob hitter. He asked, "Did you get to meet Cara France?" Well, you know Kai, right?
yeah, I don't know. Fuck that. Like, not not my thing.
No, the
So wait.
question. This guy has a question right there. You see it on the screen. It says, "Did you get to meet Cara France?" You know Kai, right?
Yeah. Actually, Kai fought. I fought two main events, and Kai fought under me twice. So not only on the MMA Arku ship, but the Mima 2 finals. So I
Yeah.
have met Kai. He's a super nice kid. I think he's got good striking. He fought Mark Striegel and lost in the Mima 2 finals, but then he fucking deuced up some Singaporean guy, some Filipino guy on this ship. Yeah, I met him. I
Yeah.
talked to a lot of people from the event. A lot, like a lot of them are my real close friends. The one thing about like Southeast Asian MMA is very tight knit community. I believe everyone's kind of like cordial with each other, and like Malaysia is kind of like my second home. So I throw events in Penang there all the time. So of course I talk to people still. Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Kai, he's man, people don't understand. Like, they seen Kai like in the UFC, but he still hasn't like become the best version of himself yet. He's only 26 years old, man. Like, he's so young, but he's been fighting. He's been fighting for a long time. He has a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
experience.
I mean, he's kind of like he was on the region. I mean, he was fighting in Legend at
Mm,
featherweight, actually, I believe.
yeah.
And then he fought like Rodolfo Marquez, knocked him out. He's got some good wins outside the UFC.
Mm,
Um, yeah, man, Kai's man. He's good. He's a good fighter.
mm.
He's got a good future. The Kiwis are just fucking just destroying shit at
Killing
the moment.
it. Yeah, they're just
Fuck
killing it.
now.
It's
Jesus,
undeniable.
Jesus Christ.
All right, who's this? Imran Shah. Do you believe Doggy from ONE FC can beat Christian Lee for the lightweight title? They already fought. Christian Lee won. What kind of question is this? Where do you see Doggy standing in the in the rematch? Where do you see Doggy in the rematch?
Doggy's supposed to be fighting Eddie Alvarez, I think, which
Yeah,
was
it was supposed to be in Manila or something.
yeah, it's a It's a iffy fight. Like you never know with Eddie Alvarez. Like
Exactly. You never
to
know.
answer your question, I think if Doggy fights Christian, Christian wins 9 times out of 10. I think. Like I know there's a lot of hate on that Christian Lee kid, but he's just fucking talented. Kid's
Yeah.
got great grappling, and he's his wrestling is his best asset. I think like he's got very good body lock finish. He fucking gets everybody with that body lock finish. He's long. Doggy's good, like, and he's definitely one of the top 5 guys. But Christian pretty much ran through him on short notice, and we're gonna have to see, right? We'll have to see what he does with Eddie Alvarez. So that was an exciting fight. I was looking forward to that one. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, bro, there's so many good fights at one, like that
Yeah.
one can put on. But yeah, to answer your
Lightweight
question, I
especially.
think Doggy's like two or three fights away from the title. My
Yeah,
opinion.
that Doggy, he's like the best 1-round fighter in the lightweight division, I think. This
Oh,
is my opinion.
I think they did him wrong. Like I think like they should have just postponed his fight and gave him the belt for the Grand Prix. You can't win a Grand Prix when you fight one fight, like, and it's in the finals. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, they gave this guy they gave him 2 big ass belts for fighting one fight. Like, bro, at least Doggy won 2 fucking fights to get there. Give
Yeah.
him the belt,
And against some fucking good ass dudes
bro.
too,
He beat
man. Like
Ed
legit.
and then
Yeah.
beat Amir Khan, and like, yeah, I mean, fuck, man. And then Doggy beat Timothy before he beat Ev.
Yeah.
He knocked him out viciously, and then like he beat Yamada, and Doggy's just got a really good laundry list of victories. To be honest,
He might just be, I don't know, man. The rematch, I think Doggy, he'll come in different for the rematch. Christian Lee, he just shows you that lightweight is his division, man. Like he was cutting too much weight. Like he was too skinny for featherweight. He shouldn't have been down there. I
well,
don't
I
believe
mean,
he should go back
let's
and
just
fight.
be honest. Like Martin Wynn is the king of lightweight. He never
Lin-
lost the belt.
Yeah, that's true too. What is it?
He
Linear?
never lost the belt.
Yeah.
He gave it up because they were like, we can't have you fucking fight in 2 divisions. And then he
Yeah.
fucking lost to 2 bantamweights. So they were like, fuck this. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. Martin is still so if you really look at it, he's still the lightweight champ.
And
But
last
I
time they
don't think
fought, Martin won.
yeah, he beat him twice. He's choked him
Man,
unconscious the
Martin
first
Wynn can
time.
fight at bantamweight, no. But lightweight, yeah, he's big. He can fight at lightweight.
But I don't think he's gonna go to lightweight. From my conversations with Martin, he's mentioned that he's never gonna probably go up to lightweight unless it's gonna be something big. He's more interested in going to bantamweight and kind of revenging his losses. That's what he wants to do. I think he set his mind to that rather than going to lightweight. That's his
All
mindset.
I'm saying is, look at the trend in the UFC. All the fighters going up are having success.
Yeah,
I
he
think,
had he
like,
had the success.
yeah, man, Martin's got is super explosive. He's supposed to fight Tan Lee.
That's a hard
That's a
fight.
that's a fight, man. That's a
Yeah,
good fight.
that's the most dangerous fight I think that he's had in the featherweight division so far. In my opinion, Tan Lee is dangerous. Like
Man, he just
dangerous.
goes. But you know what? Martin can knock him out. Tan Lee is super aggressive, and Martin's kind of a counter striker. I
Oh,
think Martin
definitely
will knock.
counter striker.
I think Martin
Yeah.
will knock him out. I think Tan Lee's last loss, he got knocked out viciously, got counter struck bad. But if he hits Martin on the chin, he can put him to sleep too. Guy hits fucking hard.
Yeah,
He got
yeah. Well,
some Vietnamese on Vietnamese crime.
yeah. But Tan Lee's he's like that country boy Vietnamese. He has that like southern twang when he speaks, man. It's a trip,
Yeah,
like seeing like
yeah,
a
man.
like an Asian dude with the southern twang, but it is what it is. Now,
This guy said,
do
"Do
you
you
think that
think
one FC racing is a thing?
what is he talking about?
I don't even know, man. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about.
Raising 130 million for like what,
For that fucking global citizen thing, like
bro? They for
that's not.
sure raised it. They definitely
Yeah.
raised over 130 million Indonesia rupiah, for sure. That's like what, $5? Fuck, man. Of course. I don't know. I stopped asking these questions a long time ago, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
It doesn't. Is there any
It doesn't it
word?
doesn't do anything, you know, like, yes, okay, they
Like
did
you
they
can hate them, or you can love them, or you can just be a fucking civil human being and enjoy the fights they put on. And I
yeah.
chose the latter. That's what I think everyone should do.
Yeah, just go with the flow, man. Just, you know, you're not hurting anybody. They're not hurting anybody. You could go the route of attacking them and all that stuff. It's just your choice. It's the world that we're in a free world, man. You do what you want to do. But yeah,
Yeah.
130 million, I don't know about that. But is there any word on when DJ is going to fight for the title? Come on, everything is on hold, right? It's like they're supposed to be
Bro, he
fighting.
had doesn't he's supposed to fight Marias in Indonesia, which is supposed to be
Yeah.
April 14th. So like
Yeah.
whenever they everything gets back on hold, they'll definitely do that fight, which is a very good fight.
It's
Marias
very
is
good fight.
big. That's a good fight, man. It's a very good fight. But yes, when that gets like put aside, we'll know. And just wait for the updates like us, like because we don't fucking know. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in Singapore and like there's a lot of people from one that even will come to my gym to like train,
And they
and
don't know.
they're busy and they don't fucking know when shit's going
Yeah.
on too. So if they don't know,
Yeah, because if you would think like if they're gonna have a show, they would be in Singapore before anywhere else, right? So I don't know,
yeah. But
Manila.
Singapore, it's also like weird because Singapore's got very strict control on the border,
Mhm.
and like they're not allowing anyone in right now. And there's rumors Malaysia's they're going to open flights domestically already from April 20th, I believe.
Mhm.
So the international maybe the beginning of May. So I mean, if that's the case, all I can say is I pray like this coronavirus thing is just goes through and everyone can start making a living through MMA again. Whether it's coaching, everyone can get back to teaching, everyone can get back to training for fights. And I just hope like the virus passes through and everyone stays safe. Like when it comes to fighting, like there's a bigger picture than fighting always. So right now, I think it's just like everyone stay safe, ride it out for as long as we need to, and then we get back to business. So
Well, DJ, what do you think about that fight though? The matchup, like if you break that shit down, DJ versus Marias. I feel like Marias goes in with the size advantage, probably with a power advantage too over DJ. And I don't know about the speed. Of course, DJ is probably the fastest guy on the canvas ever, most
I
likely,
think
right?
I think like man, because like DJ's been so hot and cold in one FC too. Like he
Mm-hmm.
fought Wakamatsu Wada or Yeda or whatever his name
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
and that was a close fight.
tough
The
fight.
Japanese guy controlled him for the entire second round, and the third round was kind of back and forth. So I mean, man, all I know is Marias is a beast. He's
Yeah,
big. He's very good on the ground. His striking isn't like he uses his striking well. He can hit hard. He closes distance. He takes you down. I remember when he came into one, I cornered against him for his first fight. I was cornering Yusuf Sadulayev, and Yusuf beat him by split decision. But we were like, fuck, this guy's gonna be fucking problem, man. This guy's gonna be a problem at flyweight. So
well, you knew.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like very good talent. He is the guy's world class talent. Like
Yeah,
no matter like there are special people in the fight game who are just very talented, and he is one of those guys that's special. I think he's just he's got one of those things. He's just very good jujitsu. Trains with like Ronnie Yaya and stuff. Like he's got
yeah,
good coaches. He's a good kid. He's super young too. I don't know
yeah.
what his age is, but he's fucking young. And he was fighting at a high level at a young age. I mean, sometimes it goes against you, but I like seeing him fight. Sign me up. I'll watch him versus DJ any day. It's a good fight.
Yeah, yeah. When you look at one championship, the weight limit for like flyweight is 135. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't understand that, but you got to weigh in at 135. or lower.
Yeah,
You got to be
but
hydrated.
Marias was so fucking big at 125. He made weight in one when there was
Yeah,
no hydration. And we
yeah.
were, I know, because me and fucking Gianni Suba was dying to make weight. Fuck, we took a fight against Ruel Catalan on short notice. We flew to Jakarta. Gianni's cutting weight in the sauna, and this fucking guy, Marias, is there cutting weight too. And we were just like, man, how the fuck is this guy making 125? And he fucking made it too. And fuck. He fought Rambo, some Japanese guy. His nickname is Rambo.
Mm,
It was a good fight. But yeah, man, fuck. He's a big he
yeah,
he can make
big.
125. He can make it.
He's a
He's,
big
he's,
125er
he's a
or
big 125.
135er.
Yeah.
All right.
I, I
Well,
I think eating and being healthy is better than not.
oh, definitely, definitely. Next one is: do you think Ong La would go to the UFC eventually? I saw him post a video of him doing pad work with Usman. Well, he trains at Sanford MMA with the highest level guys in the world. So of course he's gonna hit pads with Usman. Is he gonna go to the UFC? I believe he will never go to the UFC. What do you think?
Why would you go to the UFC? They're not going to pay him what ONE FC is paying him ever.
Exactly.
Like, and ONE FC does a great job of promoting him. Fighting is a business.
Dude, he's like Michael Jackson in Myanmar.
Yeah.
He's got Michael Jackson level of fame in Myanmar. Like the UFC is never going to take advantage of that. One championship will take advantage of that all day, every
I
day.
mean,
You know what I mean?
bro, uh, why would Ungla go from making a lot of money to easier
Yeah,
fights to make less money and harder fights?
exactly, exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
And I could see Ong La fighting for the welterweight belt too. Oh, hey, let me tell you something. I could see him dropping down to welterweight and fighting for the welterweight belt. Watch, he's gonna be the first 3 division champion. They're gonna let him. They're gonna let him do it. It's an exclusive for you guys listening. He's gonna be the first 3 division champ.
nah, he'll go up
But
to heavyweight and fight. He's not gonna go down.
no, he'll be 4 division. It doesn't matter. He's gonna take like 4 belts. He's gonna be walking around with 4 belts. It does like he's built for that promotion, man. He's built for one FC. He's built for that promotion all day, every day. Let's see. Have you seen how Vitor Belfort is looking? He looks like a beast again. Do you think he will have a good run in ONE FC? What do you think? You seen Vitor's videos? His body's coming back. TRT Vitor's coming back.
Who is Vitor gonna fight in ONE FC? They're
Hey, what's
gonna
his name called him out? The Black Beast. Your boy from Hong Kong.
don't say Elena Nagale. Oh my
Yeah, he
god.
called him out. He called him out. He called Vitor out like a couple days ago
Bro,
in an
they're gonna
interview.
do that. I guarantee that fight is already signed. You know,
Yeah.
the fight is probably already signed, and they're like trying to hype it up, bro. Bro,
It's gonna be a disaster, dude. No, it's not a disaster. It's just gonna be a murder show
I just
on
got nothing
canvas,
to say
dude.
about it because like Elaine's such a nice guy,
Yeah,
but
well,
they're like using him as like troll bait on their page. Like they post pictures of him riding a bright white horse and stuff. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Like, what are you guys
hey,
doing? Like, you know what I mean?
he's getting that IG fame, dude. Like he's like his videos get hits. You know what I mean? Like people are interested in him. Like what was he
I've
doing? He
heard
was
that
like,
he's got. I've heard he's got one of the highest interaction rates, and like he's got one of the highest like traffic flows for ONE FC in terms of like marketing. It's the highest in the company
yeah,
in
yeah,
terms of organic growth. Don't ask me how I know that,
yeah,
but I know.
yeah. He got the females on lock. Next one is, should Amir Khan and Ev Ting run it back? Definitely. Why are they
Why?
not doing it?
They shouldn't run it back. Amir Khan just got choked down in like a minute.
Who did Amir Khan lose to?
You didn't see that fight?
Who did he lose to?
Kimihiro Ito, who was from One Warrior series. They brought him up to fight Amir
Oh,
Khan
yeah,
when
yeah, yeah.
and, and Kimihiro choked him out in like a minute. No, they don't need to run that one back. That's a
Yeah,
useless fight
Amir
for Ed.
Khan. Amir Khan, man, like he went from like holding all these records for knockouts. Now it's
You
just
got
like he doesn't improve
yeah, but
at all.
Who was he? Who was he fighting when he was beating those records?
Well, the thing is, like he holds those records, so that's something you can promote. But now it's like he gets into this level of competition, and he's just getting beat all the time. It's just, I don't know, man. It's weird, man, to see like because he's still young too. It's like, is he improving? It doesn't
Man,
really seem like it.
there's no coaches at Evo. They have a bunch of
Mm.
fighters there. They train themselves. I know they got CR Bahaduruza, who's a UFC fighter. He's a coach there now, so maybe it turns around. But for the longest time, I mean, Heath was there, but there's so many people doing their own thing there. Like, I don't know. You can tell there's been no progression just by the way he's fought. There's no progression in skill, ring IQ. There's just no progression.
All right, let's see this one. Who do you think Rod Tang is gonna fight next? Do you think he will have a trilogy with Haggerty eventually? What do you think about Rod Tang, Iron
I
Man?
think he's exciting. Um, to be honest, I was really pissed off when they canceled the Vietnam event because they were supposed to have Nongo Gadayon versus Ramanazov Alvaradi. That would have been a fucking great fight. The Russian guy who's the kickboxing champ versus Nongo, who's obviously just like a fucking Terminator. He's like he's the best pound for pound striker in ONE FC right now, like easily. Like no one's touching Nongo, in my opinion. Um, yeah, so I think Rod Tang's good. He fights at a really low weight class. I
Do you
don't know
think
you
he should fight? I think he should fight Tension, man. I see like them trying to put that fight together.
tension,
Yeah,
bro. Oh
I think
man,
they fought already.
yeah. Didn't tension beat him?
Yeah, yeah, not too long ago, like a while
Oh
back.
yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they want to put that back together somehow someday. You know, because there were some rumors about one championship they were gonna buy, like one of the Japanese uh kickboxing promotions. I don't know if that was a rumor or what, like if that was serious. But yeah, and I think Tension he fights for
What was it?
that
Rise. It's
promotion.
called Rise, right?
Maybe it's Rise. I don't know, but maybe someone was just making, like on Twitter, man, people just make shit up and just post it. And sometimes it like
Bro, Tension's not gonna fucking leave Risen unless Risen goes under. I'm pretty sure he makes way more money than fucking ONE FC would ever pay him.
yeah, he made probably a bank off that Floyd fight, which was fucking embarrassing.
Was that even a real fight? It
Yeah, of
couldn't
course
have
it was a
been.
real fight. Of course it was a real fight, man. Like, why would he
Bro,
be crying? Why would he be
who falls
crying
like
in the
that?
ring?
He's probably crying because he threw the fight and is embarrassed in front of his people.
Why would
Fuck.
you throw the fight and then be embarrassed? Like, you already know if you're throwing the fight, you already know that you're gonna do
It's
it.
all about showmanship. You have to sell it.
Oh my god! Like, they were showing the
Bro,
behind the scenes shit too, and he
I
was
don't
fucking
know.
devastated.
I would have been devastated too. I would have lasted longer than that. That was embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, tension. Fuck. He should have just
Now, with
YOLO'd and went out there and thrown a fucking tornado kick for the fun of it. I would have had more respect for him losing like that than the way he did. It was bad.
now with Singapore, like, what do you think? Like, is it like we were talking before this that like there was like 1,000 people that had the COVID-19 infected like recently, right? Like, so it's
Well,
it's not getting better.
So this is a virus of greed. I'm just going to say that
Mm,
all the people who majority of those 1,800 are people who are in the worker dorms who basically do the construction, who are basically foreign workers from like Bangladesh and stuff like that. And if these people had proper living conditions, even in a like first world country like Singapore, then amount of the number of the cases would be very underlying. Like it wouldn't be 1,000 plus. But because people want to make a bigger buck, they put these guys in like bad living conditions and they transport them in a way that like even cattle in the US gets transported better than the way these people get transported. And this is even in Singapore. And it's just the world could have easily avoided this if they just shut down everything
mm.
and wherever you were, the country that you were in was responsible for your well-being. Could have been easy. But you know what the thing is? It's a greedy thing. All these airplanes, these countries that have their own airline companies, they got to keep running because every day they're down, they lose a fuckload of money, bro. So they got to keep running. They got to keep bringing people back. They got no fucking Italy still had flights going to the UK. Fucking Italy, one of the worst places, still had flights going. It's like, man, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I'm glad the airports are shut down. Like, to be
Of
honest, like some of
course,
the airplanes, I'm glad
of
like some of
course.
them are losing money for all the times they charged me $60 to put my fucking baggage on top of the fucking seat, bastard.
Yeah,
fuck
for
the
real. Like
fuck the
you weigh your
airline
shit, and it's
company.
like
Um,
you weigh your shit is
your
like a little
your
bit
bag
over.
is 7.2 kilos. It's
Mm.
not 7. You're gonna have to check it in, fuckers. So yeah, that's my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has their own.
Yeah, I
Um,
think the when Italy was having flights to the States, right? They could have shut down those flights, but they didn't. And then someone that was like vacationing in Italy went back to the States with the COVID, and then that person kind of like was the one that went back to New York, and that's how it blew up right there from I think from that person or that group or whatever, which is kind of like if they shut down the flights, like you said, it is greed, man. Like they're just like, oh, it's okay, we're gonna fucking fly people all over the place, and then the prices of tickets. Did you see some of the fucking prices? These motherfuckers, you would think like they would lower the prices so people could
bro, they
if
were
they're gonna
like
fly.
they were so expensive, and then it also like, what the fuck was China doing? Like, they fucking shut down travel from Hubei to the rest of China. You couldn't leave Hubei, but you could fucking fly out of Hubei to somewhere
Mm,
else in the world. Like, how the fuck does that make sense? Like,
mm.
like what the fuck is going on? You restrict travel in your own country, but nah, fuck, these guys can leave if they got the money. Like, that's what happened. Like, that's wild,
Um,
right? And then the fucking World Health Organization talking about, oh, you don't have to wear a mask. Like, it's not going to help. Bro, what do you mean it's not going to help? Bro, that World Health guy, bro, he got mad because the Taiwanese people were like calling him like racial because they didn't fucking, they didn't, they didn't respond to Taiwan as a country or something like that. And like, oh man, all the memes are fucking hilarious, man. So funny. So funny. But
how long do you think like we're gonna be? How long do you think we're gonna be in quarantine? Like not really quarantine, but in this situation, do you think like it's gonna be like the summer? What is your thoughts? Like when are we gonna be
I think
back to
stuff will start to
normal
reopen back in like September.
for
I
you
think you'll
guys?
see international travel resume
Mm,
maybe August, June,
mm,
June to August, like anywhere between. Man,
mm.
Malaysia's got very low cases. Vietnam's got very low cases. Southeast Asia's done a fantastic job. So,
Yeah, Phuket's
um,
opening back up in like next
yeah,
week or yeah, something like
bro, if these places are opening up and they're willing to let like travel passengers from other Southeast Asian regions, that's great.
that. Mm,
That's great.
that's good.
Yeah. Just hope everyone is staying safe and this kind of shit. Like, it's just a very unfortunate thing for people to have to go through.
What are you doing now? Like when you go back to work, like you're over at Juggernaut now, right? You've been there for like a year.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're like coaching guys out of Juggernaut now.
Fuck, bro, I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest. Like, I'm just like living, living life, you know. I got my
Yeah, yeah.
missus over here, so like, fuck. I was gonna go back home to the States last April because my little sister, she just finished. She got her fourth state championship wrestling
Mhm.
title, and I was supposed to be coaching her, but like there was some like coaching mishaps and stuff like that. So I was like, oh fuck, I'm going back to Asia, aren't I? Beep, 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 beep. Back to Asia, bro.
Yeah, you
Can't
went
leave
back
this
for a few
place.
months, right? You went back for a
I
few
went back
months.
for like 3 weeks.
Oh, really?
I wasn't even
Yeah,
back there
after
that
Hong
long.
Kong. Why'd you leave Hong Kong? Like, could you talk about that? Like,
Yeah,
exactly, like, what's the
hybrid
reason why you
MMA. Fuck that gym, bro. That gym, I
what is the
fucking
gym?
set that
Hybrid MMA?
hybrid. The
Okay.
one Sasha was fighting out of. I
Yeah.
fucking set that shit up. Like the
Mhm,
one who got all their like logos and stuff designed done, the contacts was all me.
mhm,
I got the mats ordered. I did everything. Like Sasha, he's the only he got a contract because of me. Like all the
mhm,
guys who were coaching there, besides Alberto, got contracts because of me. And what they did was they're sneaky as fuck. And I basically used me while I was working at my other gym and told me that I had to leave the country in order to get my visa processed. So I went to Phuket because my girlfriend was in Phuket at the time. So I was chilling in Phuket. Then when I came back, my starting date was in November. They basically told me like, "Oh, it's too late to process your visa. We're too close to opening time. We can't honor the contract we gave you." And I was like, you guys literally made me quit my old job and made me leave the country because you said you were
mhm,
processing my visa. And they ended up not processing my visa and they wanted to bring Alberto Mina in. Basically, they did that behind my back and they just fired him. He's not even there anymore.
mhm.
So, like, that gym is just full of shit. The guy, Dean, who's running it, is a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's just stupid people, you know, like trying to capitalize on the world of MMA. There's nothing new, you know, nothing new. It's
Yeah,
pretty like
so
man, all my guys who were there who went to train there were like, it's fucking horrible. It's horrible. And it charged an arm and a leg. Oh my god. Hong Kong is the most ridiculous place. Man, you can make like 6, 7, 8,000 US dollars a month as an MMA coach there. It's crazy.
that's not
It's
bad.
wild. It's not bad at all, bro.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's a lot of rich people out there.
yeah, fuck. But I was like, so that's why I bounced from Hong Kong. Then I was in Phuket, and at the time I was dating this one chick, and she was just like, "You got to stay in Phuket." And I'm like, "Man, Phuket was cool." So I was supposed to fight Tommy Hayden last year, and no, not
Yeah,
2019.
there was that rumor going around.
There wasn't a rumor. That was a fucking done deal. And
Mhm.
Tommy pulled out. He
Why?
pulled out of the fight because he got an injury.
Okay.
But I was training at Tiger every fucking day, man. I was there, you know, and we were expecting to have that fight. That fight fell through. I didn't want to stay in Phuket with nothing going on. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great place. I love like George and Frank, and it was a good training environment and this kind of shit. But bro, like, I gotta work. I came from the busiest city in the world, like Hong Kong, to going to Phuket, bro. It's like it was fucking up my mind.
Yeah,
So
it's
I was gonna
opposites right there.
go to Abu Dhabi or Singapore. I had these two offers. And Abu Dhabi was just like they just kept saying like, "Oh, we want you to like run this fight team and all this kind of shit." And they offered me like almost 13,000 US dollars a month to like go out there and like, and they have that kind of money out there. It's good
Mhm.
money. And then I was weighing it, and one I realized like I don't really like dealing with rich fucking assholes.
Mhm.
And I've known Arvin for a while, and I was like, you know what? I never been to like Singapore extensively, and I have my promotion in Penang going on. I didn't really want to abandon that, not for monetary purposes, but I get so many people fights through that organization.
Mhm.
Like so many people fight through that organization. Bro, Ina Manasi, who just won the contract for 1FC, he fought in that promotion. John Bruin, who fights for Brave, who's one of the top lightweights in Brave, he fought in that promotion. Bro, I had so many guys like top level Mehdi Bagari, who fights in One Warrior, fought in that promotion. Jay Slaw fights in One Warrior, fought in that promotion. Um, Shakru Kalmorodov, who's the won some Lithuania fights, fought in that promotion. Anvar Banazarov, his little brother, fought for me in that promotion. Bro, I have so many guys that I bring into fight, and they're good fights, and it's a great thing. And it's like I didn't come out here necessarily to like make a shitload of money. I care more about helping. I just like being involved in the fight game. Like that was the one thing Hong Kong was really like bad about. I got kind of caught up in making a lot of money because I was making a lot of money. Bro, me and Sasha were taking trips to the Gucci store, bro. We were making that kind of bank, you know? We were making money, bro. Yo, that boy Sasha, he's sticky, boy. He's like, yo, you gotta get some branded stuff, bro. Yo, he got me hooked on that shit. It was dangerous, bro. I was spending way too much money on these.
Yeah, he's Gucci'd up for real. Like
bro.
he got the suits and everything.
Bro, Sasha is a fuck. Yo, after his fight in Abu Dhabi, yo, we went looking for jumpsuits, bro. I kid you. So, yeah, man. So, like, bro, we're spending so much money, and it was fucked up, you know. And then I feel like when I got to Phuket, I kind of realized how much I really like missed MMA, just the sport. And I was like, fuck, man. That's why I wanted to fight again. I was like, oh, Tommy Hayden, fuck yeah, this guy fought in the UFC, and he's got a good record, and like. He beat Will pretty badly. Like he just dominated Will basically. And like Will beat me. So I was gonna complete the triangle and fuck up Tommy. So we each all had one up on each other, you know? So nah, he's a good guy. It unfortunate, you know, training accidents happen all the time. Yeah. But like I'm not gonna fucking step down from Tommy Hayden and fight some fucking 0-0 Cambodian guy. Like it's not gonna happen, you know, like it's not. I wanted to test myself, bro. I mean,
hey, what weight class was that?
Bro, it was an open weight fight, bro. It was an open weight fight, bro. I think like every single fight I've had in my life has been open weight. But it was yeah, I was okay though. I wasn't so heavy actually. I mean, I was heavier than him, but like I think Tommy was probably like 77, 78, and I was probably like mid 80s, low 80s. Like I could have easily gotten to like 84, 85, 83 around there. Like it wasn't like massive weight difference because I was fucking training at the time. You've been to Phuket. You know how much fucking weight you can lose there like this? Just the humidity fucking drains you, bro.
Yeah. For real, if you're training, like if you're training like twice a day in 1 week, you could lose fucking like 5K.
That was the thing. We would go to pro grappling in the morning. And then after pro grappling, we go to fucking whatever the fucking they were doing at 4. Monday, pro sparring. Tuesday, pro wrestling. Wednesday, MMA technique. Thursday, wrestling. Friday, sparring again. I think that's correct. Either that or the Mondays and Tuesdays. Like I think that's correct.
But then you could do all kinds of shit there, though, man. Like that place is so fucking big that you could do like strength and conditioning. You could do fucking those like fight fit bullshits. And then you could do like the kickboxing, boxing, Muay Thai.
We're doing strength and conditioning. Bro, we ain't doing that shit, boy. We were fucking
trying that's for the sexy people. That's for the sexy people.
Yeah, bro. I'm not worried about being sexy. I just wanted to be in fight like condition, you know. Fuck that.
You gotta go running. Well, fuck, man. Well, hopefully this shit gets all situated and we could get everything moving and more shows and UAE Warriors and
just a lot of different shows. Like
Golden, what was it? Golden Warriors.
So it was Golden Warriors when I had it pro, and then our investor basically. So what happened was we were throwing an event at Spice Arena, which is it's a proper arena. The guy went big, but didn't get insurance placed on the thing, on the event.
Oh yeah, the hurricane.
There was a flood. The fucking whole Georgetown was flooded. So he didn't get his fucking money back. And it was all the fucking funds for the fight. Because he was getting ticket sales, because it was not just a fight. It was a fight and a concert. So the concert didn't go through. So fucking the people who bought the tickets, he didn't like throw the fight and pay the fighters. He took the ticket money and ran. Basically, is what happened.
Oh
So
shit.
our investor fucked us. He's like the Korean guy from what was that event called?
Battlefield.
Yeah, fucking bounced out of the arena, bro. It was the same shit, bro. And then it was so bad, bro. I was like, oh,
Yeah, man. That's fucking MMA for you, man. MMA got
damn.
some characters all over the
So
place.
now we have like steady investors. We do really only amateur, but we do a lot of different disciplines. And fuck, man, it's good. Everyone like the amateurs get paid. They get paid. Like it's not a lot, but fuck, man, if they win the belt, they get like 700, 800 US dollars. In Malaysia, that's a lot of money, bro, for an amateur fight. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed
So
to
I
get
mean,
paid for amateur fights, so.
yeah, man. Bro, Golden Warriors was great. They gave me a budget, bro. I was flying everyone in. I flew people from New Zealand. I flew people from fucking everywhere.
And you
They
had the
hated
gold
it.
cage.
Yo, I had the fucking the golden cage, the golden gloves. Bro, they hated that shit because I was like, as a matchmaker, I try to be a man of my word. So like when I tell these guys you're gonna fight on the next card, you're gonna fight on the next card. So when I fucking booked the tickets, they're like, bro, you spent like $12,000 on fucking tickets for a quarter man of the fucking for an amateur fight. And I was like, yeah, bro. I was like, the tickets would have been half the price if you would have booked them when I told you to. They were like, fuck. It was so funny. But like, I mean, YOLO, you got the money. Might as well go out and fucking spend it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
If
Well,
it's in
man,
with
yeah,
if it's within budget, you're good. Like that's my rule.
definitely, man. Well, hopefully you get that shit popping back off again, after everything gets calmed down and get these guys fighting again. Yeah, man, we in hour deep, man. Usually I do 1 hour and it's over. So hopefully in a couple weeks or maybe a couple months later, get you back on and get more deep get into your
Always a
promotion, your
pleasure. I
matchmaking, all
mean,
that.
we'll have more things to talk about. This is a better hat than your Seahawks hat, though, for sure. It's a way better hat, bro. You stick with like the fucking Brokeback Mountain hat. It's better for you. Looks better.
Perfect about that.
All right, John. Thanks for having me on, bro.